War 6 Season 50 versus N4D4. I think those 4s are A's. I'm going to call them Nada. If you don't like that, come at me in the comments. But I am bringing Kate Bishop, Tigra, and Kitty Pryde. Really, really odd war for me. I'm going to be using Kate Bishop. I'm also going to be using the Suicide Masteries. I was told to use them with Kate. I don't like it. She hits a lot harder, but it really tanks my potion stash, so I'll probably not do that in the future unless it's an important war. If it's an important war, can't really worry about potions. Got to be as balls to the walls and 100% as possible. Not going to do it again in a nothing war, though, because spoiler alert, this war was not close. So we have a Kate versus Attuma. I do have the Suis on. I do have the combat regen on. I do block this whole special attack just because I don't want to risk it. And yeah, so I take a thorough amount of damage, mostly from the thorns. But yeah, 20% of my health. A little bit annoying, but it is what it is. That combat regen did do a fair bit to mitigate the suicides. And you're going to see more in this fight. All that damage was basically thorns and recoil, because I come out of this fight, I think, pretty healthy. I don't remember which fight this one is. It might be the next one, but I think I come out of this fight with like 98% health, spoiler alert. The combat regen does moderately good work in terms of like mitigating the Suicide Mastery's damage. Okay, here we go. Going to do my combos. He has physical resist, which is kind of immaterial for me. Not really that important. Okay, and then my game plan was to push him to L2 first, so that I could just get his power out of the way. He's going to be immune to Cold Snap, but not if I do that. So there we go. Got a lot of his power out of the way for free, so to speak, because I didn't have to lose my Cold Snaps. So I decided combo Special 1. Maybe I don't hit a 97, that was a lie. But yeah, heavy counter this, and at this point the fight is completely over. Nothing you can really do. So, yeah, absolutely nuked it. Originally was planning on using Silk, but I wanted Kitty for the Tigra synergy, because I'm Tigering a very hard fight. I am Tigering One Eye Open Serpent, and it's actually a 7-star rank 3 Awakened, so very scary fight. Next up I have a Spider Punk. One of my buddies actually on his mini account took this and was an absolute idiot. So I had to try to not do that. Want a PS1, get the Cold Snap off before I try to intercept. I do a couple things that are like slightly risky, and I will point them out when I do them. Again, I still have the Suicides on, and yeah, I do have this PS1, so I'm just gonna try to throw it. Here we go. Bait out a heavy, throw this, and now I can intercept. Although it's a little risky, he can't auto block me, but if he does, kind of too bad. And there, I don't even really know what I was doing. I get a backdraft. Should not have done that. What I should have done was intercept with a light, and then I could evade out of his stun if I had to. Instead, I didn't really think of that, so kind of just go a little bit risky with risking the auto block, but get away with it. And then I have one more Kate fight here. It is Kate versus Destroyer. I've taken this before. The game plan's pretty straightforward. I think I make a small, pretty minuscule mistake. Other than that, I think it's pretty straightforward fight. This is a rank 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bait out a dash, parry it, you know, turn off his unstoppable, and also quote-unquote intercept him. Yeah, there, I just wasn't really feeling the spacing. So here, I drop the Special 1. Okay, taking for 6k. Great. Yeah, so countered that. And yeah, at this point, pretty much good to go. Gonna drop that as well for more damage. And yeah, I'd love to bait this out. Perfect. Tap to pause. And this fight is done and dusted. So I only have one more fight left, and that is a rank 3 Serpent mini that I alluded to earlier. So I'm going in with Tigra. My game plan is pretty straightforward. I'm going to bait heavy attacks, drop my Special 2, miss his Special 2. I can counter his Special 1. I do take a fair bit of block damage if I do that. This is why I have Kitty, by the way, just for the synergy. But yeah, so bait a couple heavy attacks, and then I can drop my Special 2. I should bait 3 heavy attacks, drop a Special 2, and then counter his Special 2, drop another Special 2. And I had 2 other people take this fight, and that's exactly what they did. So I tap to pause for neutralize, and so I try to bait a heavy. He throws it. I wait for him to dash down a little bit to jump at me, and then a heavy. Try to bait another heavy. Instead, he drops a 5 combo. So I intercept once to pause neutralize, then he drops another 5 combo. And at this point, I should have pushed him to L2 and punished that. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to bait a heavy and continue my game plan. Dash in, and he just dropped a special one, special intercepts me. I'm at 10%. So it's one I open, which means I can't hit into stun. I can't bait heavies because I will die. We've seen how much damage he does into my block. He's at 97% health. This is looking very dire. So basically what I need to do is just no touch. I can't even bother heavy countering that. I need to get him to L2 ASAP. So I get him to L2 right here, and I need to punish this. Hopefully he throws it in time. And he does, which is perfect. So I heavy counter this. He's going to knock him down. Great. I want to get one more heavy off because that way I can throw my special 2 with 6 ruptures. Hopefully can maybe outrace him. That's the goal. But he just barely gets to a special 1 and he kills me. I'm not one to make a lot of excuses in terms of war fight and war performance. I genuinely think that was about 90-95% the AI's fault. Just really, really bad AI. I could have adapted to that fight. If I were to kind of take it back, I would push him to L2, bait that out, or bait out the L1. Not really bait out, more just like let him throw it. But yeah, so I get absolutely just torched with Tigra. I've actually never died with Tigra in war. I used rank 5 Tigra in Masters War, still didn't die. But this really stubborn Serpent did get me. Again, I don't want to say that I played perfect by any means. I definitely did not. But I will say the AI definitely played a huge factor in that and really threw my game plan off. Okay, and here, speaking of bad game plan, I forgot the special 1 Place to Fear. And usually you get 1 free unblockable or unstoppable. You don't get a free unblockable and unstoppable when he throws a special 1, though, and I did not realize that. And so I'm without senses, and again, I'm already losing the health race, and I'm like, I can't die twice in the same fight. That's absurd. So get the special 2 out of him. I want to go ahead and heavy counter that. I'm going to chain my heavy because, again, I have fear up. Go for a heavy there, and here I don't want to chain him because I don't really know how chaining in Exalted works. Don't really feel like risking that. Bait out another heavy here. Okay, at this point I can throw my special 2. I just need to get up to it, get another heavy out of him. Perfect. Drop the special 2, and that's that 1 free unblockable that I was talking about earlier. Here I'd love for him to get to special 2, so I special intercept here, hoping he'll throw it, and he does. Perfect. And heavy counter this. Need to knock him down. The power gain does sneak through because my neutralize was not up. Okay, and here, honestly, I'm throwing a special 1 would be fine, but instead he just throws a heavy, counter that, drop another special 2. This won't kill, but it'll get him pretty darn close to death. Going to bait that out there, counter this, hoping that my neutralize can fail his immortality. There's a 25% chance that it will stay up. Going to drop this, and he just dies. So, unfortunate death, my first death ever with Tigra. Some really, really bad AI coupled with an inability to adapt to the situation and recognize a potential alternative game plan. Regardless, it is what it is. It does kill my Deathless Season, obviously, but going to keep helping the team as best I can, try to improve and learn from my mistakes and move going forward. Peace.